friends out there, it's Mr. Leonidas. Hope you're doing well. And in this video, I will be disassembling the M9 bayonet and also reassembling it. And the reason I wanted to do a video about this was because simply there's actually not a lot of footage out there of how to break these knives down. I know the channel Gun websites, I have a really good video of what this knife looks like broken down and all the parts, but I just want to go ahead and add my input because recently I got this knife. It was a little bit beat up. It was an issued M9 bayonet. This is an Ontario model, and what I did is I took the flitz polish and I cleaned it up really well, but I did not check inside of the handle. And actually, after I had done the video, I went ahead and broke the knife completely down, and I did notice that these knives are not impervious to getting water and other elements inside of the handle. I actually thought they were, it was going to be pretty difficult to get anything inside that handle, but some water had made it into there, and there definitely was some rust inside. So I wanted to go ahead and show this on video of a breakdown of this knife, show all the parts because it's really cool. It's just a really neat knife. There definitely are some haters of this knife because you know, most of you guys out there who are serious knife enthusiasts, you know that a really good knife comes with a full tang. This knife does not have a full tang. This is a knife that has to be assembled before it is fully ready for the field. But to me, this is an iconic knife and just a really neat knife to have for a collection. Also, I think it's a very usable knife to carry on for camping and hiking and other sorts of things like that. But anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys quickly how to break down the M9 bayonet. I have the M9 bayonet in front of me and the tools I'm going to use to break it down. And this is a Ontario M9 bayonet. There's several different companies that manufacture this bayonet, and before I disassemble it, I'm going to go ahead and take a look and show you guys, you know, up close of the knife. And you got your blade here, you got your plain edge, your serrations on the saw back, you have your bayonet ring on the guard, you've got your polymer type handle, and on the end you have your end cap here that attaches to your bayonet lug. There are little springs in there, and also there is the bolt that you're going to start with the disassembly. So what I have down here is I've got an Allen key wrench set, and I have a multiplier. And what I'm going to start with is I'm going to, on the pommel, there's the bolt. You just drop down your Allen key wrench in there. And this part, getting started on this knife is really easy. And overall, the entire process to break down the M9 bayonet is simple enough, but I just think it's really cool to kind of, you know, break it down on camera, take a look at all the parts, and then, you know, let's reassemble it. So there is a drop down the end cap. Here is the handle I'm taking off. There is the center rod, or the center, the rod tang, and to break that down, I'm just going to wrap up the blade here. I do have gloves on, and then you're going to sort of wrench this off. You can use different types of wrenches. I've got the multiplier, and then you unscrew that rod. And when I originally broke this bayonet down, which is probably the 5th time now, it was very, very difficult. It took a lot of pressure. So be careful if you got an older bayonet. Be wary that part, it could be a little bit rusted up. It may be hung on there pretty tightly. Be careful. There's the guard I just took off, and there's the blade. All right, so there's all the components of the M9 bayonet. Yes, it's a little bit, you know, complex for a fixed blade knife. For you guys out there who are blade connoisseurs, you know that the strongest fixed blade knives are the knives that are full tang. But to me, the M9 is an iconic knife. It's an awesome knife. And let's take a close look at the different parts again. You got the blade here, you got your guard, and you got your bayonet ring on there and your slot. I think that's some sort of lanyard hole. I could be wrong. You got your center rod, your centerpiece that goes inside of your polymer type handle. And then on the end, you got your butt cap, your pommel end on there, and then you have your retaining bolt that goes inside. So okay, so I'll just quickly reassemble it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and drop the guard on it. Next up, you got your rod tang, and you just screw that on, and you want to make sure this piece is on pretty tightly because this is the core of the M9 bayonet. And I'm just going to wrap up. Be careful with the blade if you're breaking this knife down or reassembling. The blade on this is pretty sharp right now. And just crank it on pretty tightly. You don't want any play on that. Like I said, it's your centerpiece of your knife. You want it on nice and tight. Dropping on the polymer handle, and you can just hold that there fairly tightly. There's the butt cap. You have your retaining bolts. Drop that in. I'm just going to thread it in very quickly there, and then you take your Allen key wrench and just finish it up. Like I said, you want everything to be pretty nice and snug on this knife. Now, I have not used Loctite on this knife at all because I want to be able to break it down fairly easy in the future. and you just crank it on, and the knife is set. Can be it is in field working condition. Just overall pretty simple, easy breakdown. So I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown and a look at some of the various parts that compose this M9 bayonet. And if you're curious as to what is going on with the sheath here, what it is this is a molly slip that I designed and created. I basically sewed a bunch of nylon parts together and some webbing, and I slipped this over the existing sheath for M9 bayonet, and you can take it off pretty easily. Has the molly webbing or the PALS webbing on the back. I've got a Tactical Tailor malice clip on there, so it is molly compatible, which is awesome. That's something that this M9 bayonet, it was mainly set up for Alice. In fact, I have the belt loop on my belt right now. And on the front there, I just have a flashbang pouch. This is a molly compatible flashbang pouch. And inside of it, I have a Rat's tourniquet. If you guys aren't familiar with the Rat's tourniquet, definitely check them out. That's Rapid Application Tourniquet System, and that is something that is very lightweight. And if you're a outdoors enthusiast, shooting and firearms enthusiast like myself, that is something that could save your life. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you can comment, please do, and subscribe. Have a good one. Thanks.